okay.
Just okay?
Just okay. Not because of D&D. D&D was great, but just because of a health experience.
A health experience.
Mm-hmm. So I went to the doctor about my knee a couple weeks ago, and he said, you need an MRI. I'm like, why did I come here and give you $30 for nothing? So it's sort of like a poker hand, right? So I see my knee. I see the hand I got. I'm like, ooh, that's a 7-3. It's not suited. It's a bad starting hand. I go in, and he's like, $30 call. I'm like, okay, I'll call. And he's like, I'm going to raise you $293. Go get an MRI. And I'm like, oh, I fold. Because
too rich for my blood.
Because I'm like, do I pay that $293 and hope I get a straight draw on a 7-3? It's probably not going to happen. You know, I need to get all the way to the river.
Yeah, I mean, what's the good news on that anyway? Like, there's no.
That's what I'm saying.
There's no avenue where you get your MRI. I mean, they give you money for the MRI. That's how good things went. I mean, we're gonna
pay you to get in here.
We're gonna pay you. That's how good. But that's part one. Part two is, I don't know. You're gonna need a brace or something, or you're gonna need this. You're gonna need that. Like that's the part that. I mean, you're not going in there for fun, right? You're going in there because your shit hurts.
Oh yeah,
it's the fixing it.
Really
it's
bad.
the fixing it part, the making it not hurt part. That's gonna be fucking moida.
The problem is, I'm pretty sure I have arthritis from all the damage and like wear and tear, and they can't. There's a surgery that this doctor can do where they take some of your cartilage and grow new cartilage and install it. But they can't do that if you have arthritis because the swelling and all that makes it hard for the new cartilage to like settle and grab hold of something and like become part of you. So they would probably just say, you need a knee replacement, but you're 34. We're not going to do that. Just suffer for a while. So then it would have been $293. That's my out of pocket for the MRI. So I'm like, why do I have insurance? What does it do? What's it for? Then I'd have to go back for another $30 visit to have him look at the MRI to tell me, like, this knee is fucked. And I already know that. I already know all that.
Yeah, I think they just kind of shoo you away until it's time for just a replacement, and then they can get the big bucks. And they're like, let's do that one. Yeah. I like that one. That's good for me. Not this, arthritis, it's sore. Can I get a compression thing or some pills? Like, they don't. No. He wants to get you on that table. Carve that shit up, put science in your leg.
Yeah, the cartilage replacement thing is expensive too. So I'm like, if I have to pay $293 just for a picture of my knee, that anyone could do, really. You just go, okay, lay there for a minute. Beep. Okay, it's gonna be about 20 minutes. All right, $293 here, right here. Put it in that.
See that thing that looks like a knee? That's your knee.
It's your knee, and it's bad. You got arthritis.
Like holes in it?
Your bones are sort of misshapen there, and you've got a bunch of cartilage missing, so it's going to hurt for a while. We might have to go in there and resurface your bones. That's expensive.
Smooth that shit out.
So I'm just going to deal with it until I can't anymore. Like I bought some braces. One for my good knee, I have one for my bad knee, and I played basketball with those on, and those were okay.
You don't want the good knee to feel left out.
So I wore some braces. Dale, we played game 2.
Game 2, week 2 of 9, I believe.
Week 2 of 8.
Yeah. 8.
I was wrong. It's week 2.
What's
of 8.
9?
There is no 9. Week 8 is the championship week.
So 7 and then 8 is the thing. Damn it. What more?
Well,
I was hoping I was underselling it. I was overselling it.
We lost,
but we played more basketball, and we lost. We got closer. I shot a little bit better. I played better, so I felt good about that. No turnovers this time.
As did I. I played better as well.
Rebounds. Set some good screens, some good passes. I forgot how much I love to pass. I see them, and I'm like, bam. Especially with 3 versus 3, there's a lot of space to play with. Yeah, the shot's got to get better. But yeah, we lost. We played some people more our level this time. They weren't so young and so strong and so quick.
They were tall though. They were definitely much taller.
They, yeah, I mean they were all taller, but they didn't really use that height that much. I mean, sometimes you don't need to. They're just like, I've told you.
Right.
You don't have to try.
The big dude, Amish Paradise with the beard, he definitely used that height. He didn't have to leave the ground. So why would you?
But he was easy to box out. But if you were already down there, it didn't really matter. But because I boxed him out a couple times on when there were shots, I said, just get fat, and boy, am I good at that.
Yeah, but you couldn't guard him.
No, you can't.
He could literally shoot over you without jumping.
Give you a little.
Yeah, hit you with the little layup. It was a bad mismatch size wise. It was a better mismatch like skill, like an endurance wise, skill wise, but it was a bad match size wise because no matter what lineup we had, we were undersized against the three of them.
Yeah, I mean, the first thing we do when we see the opponents is I find the shortest, slowest looking guy, and they're not super short and they're not super slow, but in comparison to their athletic teammates, I'm like, that's got to be that's my guy for the next hour and a half. That's my dude. What sucks is when your teammates are like, switch, so that guy's not your guy anymore, and you're gonna take the 8 foot tall guy, and he's gonna probably dunk on you. But I called switch because I'm retarded. That's when things don't work out too well.
Yeah, and that happens. Let me tell you what, that does happen.
I can't wait. I guess we're gonna wait until it's all over before we just go ham on our Rando teammates. Because we have a Rando teammate who I hate with a passion. Week 1, Jim was not pleased. Jim was already on the hate train. Who is this fucking guy changing all these things that we've established? Like this is our thing. He's joining our team, and I was like, Jim, okay, it'll be fine. We'll ease into it. We'll get him on board. Blah blah blah. Week 2, I was like, fuck this guy. Fuck him. Get him out of here. So we got 6 more weeks of this fucking joker. And his buddy's also on the team. We met the buddy for the first time here in week 2.
I like the buddy. I like the buddy.
The buddy's fine. He's not a total piece of shit like the fucking Rando. I hate him so much. He's so stupid.
Yeah, and Dave was there.
Dave was there. He's this alpha type who, I'm gonna call the shots. I think I know everything, but I'm wrong on just about every goddamn word that I say. I'm gonna say one thing, I'm gonna do another. We need to do more picks. We need more screens. Then you set the picks and screens for him. He doesn't use them. He's a fucking idiot. I hate him.
It is problematic when you set a pick and he goes the other way. Like, why did I set a pick? And then you're like, oh well, I'll roll. Maybe he wanted to do a pick and roll. No. Don't even roll. There's no. In fact, the pick and roll we do so infrequently that when I played pickup games Friday with random people at another gym, they're like, "You can roll, after you set the pick." I'm like, I'm just used to this guy. It's a long story.
Yeah, and I know it's rec league ball, and defense is usually pretty optional on that front, but. This guy, he's big, dude. He's got muscles and shit. It's like I wish I had his body, to be honest with you, but he doesn't. He just kind of stands there, and like people are running around him, and there's nobody within 3 feet of him. And I'm averaging like 2, damn near 3 steals a fucking game. It feels like at least one a game. Playing good defense. At least one. I'm playing decent defense. I'm getting rebounds because you miss enough shots, you're gonna follow him up. He's just so useless. And it's okay to miss shots. It's okay to be bad at basketball.
Sure.
Don't be an asshole.
No.
Just don't be an asshole about the things that you're wrong about all the time and calling other people out when you're just as bad, if not worse, definitely worse. Ooh, the hypocrisy.
Yeah, there was the time where I let him call that, like, oh, you take this guy. I'm like, oh, this guy? Okay, let's see how that works. And then the guy scored on me, and I just looked at him and was like,
yeah, he does that. He does that thing where, because the other teams are always pretty much better than we are. They're more athletic. And that's fine. That's fine. It's rec league
and
ball.
More skilled.
And
younger. And this team wasn't younger, but most of the other teams are younger.
But the opponent's going to make a shot. You're not, first of all, probably not going to win. Definitely not going to blow anybody out. The other team's going to make some shots. So what would happen is the other team would make a shot on Jim or on me or on one of our other teammates, and he would go, "Oh man, you want to switch? That guy scored, and you want me to defend him? No, we don't, because you're awful."
Yeah, he
don't confuse things, because you can't even do man to man.
Doesn't try a lot on defense. I mean, there was a time where I had my guy. See, a lot of people don't understand that playing defense off the ball on your guy is super important. Make sure your guy doesn't get the ball. It's a pretty common principle. So there was a period of time where this guy, he was the guy that drove the least, but who was hitting like 35-foot threes.
Yeah. So
it didn't really matter how tight you guarded him or if they screened for him and he shot behind this. It didn't matter. He was going to just make it over you or miss. Didn't matter what you were doing. But there was a time where, like, I'm not going to let this guy beat us by they're ones and twos in the league. So it's like a 3-point shot, but you get 2 points. I'm not going to let him beat us with twos. So I'm just going to make sure he doesn't get the ball and chase him around and make him try and make him cut and try and get open. And he didn't get the ball. And I was tired because it's work. I didn't just stand there and then like have my hand up and then when my guy's getting like too much work, just go like switch. Why?
Yeah.
Why? Because you don't want to run?
Yeah, that switching thing is unacceptable. And that was the guy that I wanted to defend. Is the guy that was good at shooting the threes, and he didn't make that many on me. I mean, he's gonna get his shit in. I like to keep a distance where it's just far enough where it's like I'm kind of open, but I could do this other thing. I hope to be just enough of an annoyance. But it didn't work out because of all the switching. We're gonna talk to him Wednesday, and we're gonna say I'm not switching.
Take that guy. That's your guy.
I'm not switching. Just keep going.
The other problem
past me
was that team only had 3 guys, so they never had to sub, and we had 5 guys. So the lineup's constantly changing. So you would, even if we decided we're not going to switch anything on defense, you would always have to switch something around depending on who's out on the floor. So like it only makes it worse when you just decide on a whim, like, no, you take that guy now and I'm going to take this guy. Like, okay, if that's your guy, every time you and I are both on the floor, that's your guy then. And I want this guy. Don't make me try and figure out how to guard like 3 different people in a game.
Yeah, it's 3v3. It's not that hard to adjust. Like, I'm always going to take the slowest guy. If they're all equally athletic or something, we'll figure it out. And my favorite part was he would come in and he'd be like, "Who do I got? The one nobody's standing by." How about that guy?
Go get your guy over defended there.
Just start there and we'll work up.
The biggest problem I have with him is he started this out by saying, "Look, guys, I'm not really good. I'm just trying to stay in shape, just trying to stay active." That's fine. None of us said we're all really good. None of us said, well, we're pretty good, so you need to step it up. That never happened. But then don't come in and be like the captain. Like, okay, guys, we need to switch here. We need to set some more picks. Don't be that guy. You're the guy who's like, I'm just trying to stay in shape. Maybe not bark out the orders as much. Because the third guy we had, Jonathan, so far, all 6 games combined, he's been the most consistent and the best. And he doesn't say anything.
No.
I need him to speak up more. Because I can't have this guy just calling the shots all the time. It's really frustrating.
Yeah. He's the devil, and everybody in my life knows about him. Because if I'm having a conversation with everybody, I'm just like, hey, can I tell you about this guy that I play rec league ball with? You got a half an hour?
Yeah.
I need to vent.
Yeah, I would definitely not tell him to watch this podcast.
Animal.
But he paid his money already. That's the thing, man. We paid money to play. I don't care if it's rec league ball. We paid money. Can you please gas yourself playing defense like I was, because we paid money to play?
I gotta tell the asshole move that he did. because it's 3
Let's
versus
do.
3. We have a couple guys, we have extras, so we have a little rotation. So I could sit on the sideline, drink some water until somebody gets gassed, and then I can come in and replace them.
Can you?
And
Or the first time you say I need a break, you're never getting back in the game.
I can't believe I saw it. This motherfucker, he's on the sideline, drinking water, probably not drinking water. He probably should have been. And there's a dead ball. Somebody made a shot. And he just walks out onto the court and like slaps Jim's hands. It's like, all right, good job. I'm in now.
Yeah, he
I don't
just
know
tagged
exactly what
himself
he
in.
said,
Like, whoa,
but he
whoa.
tagged himself in. That's such a douche move. Like that is God tier douchebaggery. I couldn't believe that to this day. I can't fucking believe it. He tried it later with me and with his buddy, his own buddy. He walks out in the corner, just like, "Oh, good. Want to switch now?" And I was just like, "No, man, I'm good." And his buddy was like, "Yeah, I'm good. I'm good too. What are you just walking out here for, you fucking weirdo?" And yeah, get back to the sidelines, you fucking doofus.
Yeah, so for the last
What an
game,
asshole.
I tried some reverse psychology, right? I'm like, Dale, I'm not going to start this game. You know what I'm saying? You get it? You know what I'm saying? Because if I get tired, I don't get to come back in. And then when I came into the game, like, all right, 8-0. I'm like, what? It's already 8-0? What's been happening?
Yep.
And that's when I was like, this guy can't get the ball. He's not going to get the ball anymore. Gotta try. And like, it would be so frustrating when your guy would beat you off the dribble. Like that one guard they had, Phil, the older guy, the handsome Chris Maloney.
Oh,
so
yeah,
handsome.
Dreamy, Mr. Dreamy.
Dale loves this man. He loves him.
I couldn't get enough of him.
He was like, he looks like every actor that's handsome. It's like his word for word what he said.
Jim and Dave would be talking, having a good time, laughing so hard they're beat red, and I'm just like, that's fucking hilarious. I'm gonna go talk to this handsome guy.
And then you would look over
what's he doing?
at Dale looking at Phil, and you would just hear Dreamweaver. I believe and give me through the night. So he would beat pretty much everyone off the dribble. He wouldn't cross you over. He would just had the one move, and he would go like baseline.
Yeah, I saw
but
that.
He got around all of us. But he'd get around me, and then Steven would be like, "Let's switch." Like, why? So he can get around you? At least you can body up the big dude down here. That's just sitting down here.
Yeah,
Let me try and play this guy. Oh God, it's frustrating. Next week we're going to tell you about how we beat the team that's been beating everyone. That's what's going to happen this week.
Yeah, there's only 4 teams. We're one of the 4. We've played the first team very athletic, the second team our age, a little older but still athletic
Very
and taller.
skilled.
So there's one team left, this mystery team, and they beat the team that whooped our ass in week 1, the younger athletic squad. And apparently there's almost a little bit of a scuffle on the other side, almost a little bit of a fight almost brewing. So, and I know that team that we played and they beat us. I mean, they didn't seem like fighters. They didn't seem like
they were very chill, nice guys.
Yeah, they were pretty chill. So I'm fucking very curious about this 4th and final team and the aggression that we might see Wednesday night.
Me too. Me too. It's too bad. Like, we really need Dave to ditch class again and come for backup.
Yeah, throw a shoe.
You called for backup. That's the basketball breakdown of this week. That's what's been going on. The pickup game I played. I don't know if you could see that little guy there, and then there's this guy. That's just from pickup games on Friday. We played full court 5-on-5. Man, that's the spot. Fuck Coach Green. This place in South Holland is extra money. It's more money, but there's guys there to play, and you will play, and you'll get some competition. It was fun.
You will
it was fun. I was so salty when I left, though, because we lost both games. So we didn't play a third game. I mean, they wanted to, but I think I was literally having a heart attack. And I was like, oh, we're good then? Like, no, I'm like, wait, so you guys need one more point to win? So I'm like getting ready. Like, okay. Like, no, we're going to start another game. I'm like, that's what I just asked you. This game that we just played, the second one, it's over, yes? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, okay, goodbye. Have a good night, guys. I'm done. And they're like, oh, you're done? I'm like, yeah, I'm done. So I was walking away, and I asked the guy on the other team, I was like, yeah, who was guarding you that game? And he's like, I don't know. I think the guy in the gray shirt. I was like, okay, I just wanted to know. Because I know my guy was well guarded, and you kept getting fast breaks, and it would be a 2-on-1 every time. There was one time during this pickup game where I'm right about half court, and I'm looking at my guy and another guy on the other team who are on the opposite side of their basket. Like they haven't even crossed half court yet. So then I'm like, well, I'm crunching the numbers, and we have the numbers advantage, and yet those 3 guys are outworking our 4 guys down there in scoring. Like, well, what did you want me to do? Come out and help? Because I'm already guarding these 2 guys. They're not going to get the ball. And apparently you guys just can't jump like they can jump. I don't know. Teams were pretty even, I felt. Just, didn't want to hustle on our team. It was fun, though. It was super fun.
Yeah, I keep considering going back to Orland Hills, but those open gym nights are on Tuesday, and I can't do that the day before game day.
Oh, no, yeah, I wouldn't.
Be fucking destroyed.
I wouldn't do that.
So that sucks. That sucks for me. But yeah, we played some pickup games after our official games Wednesday. That was more fun for me.
That was fun.
I think we still lost technically, but
yeah,
it was looser and it was fun. There's laughs and there's good times.
Yeah, that was
people just trying goofy cross, like just fun. Just some street ball.
There was a man bun. There was a very large. This kid had to be like 16, but he was not super tall, but he had long arms, and he just dunk. He could just I'd watch him approach the rim like he's not gonna. Oh, he just dunked it. Oh, he did it again and again and again. Okay.
Snake bite. Getting it.
I had to use my old man wiles on him.
So not to
try and
obsess over
sexualize
this,
him.
but I've opened up a WordPad document titled "Things to Tell Rando." So far, I have collapse on D, hit the hole, because he's not really getting in anybody's face, and he doesn't really rebound or anything. So get down low, because you're big. Mm-hmm. So do that.
He does rebound when he misses his layups. Yeah. He keeps getting his rebound, and then he'll score. But like, if someone else takes a shot attempt, he's not like ready to rebound at all.
And I have no switching on defense. That's how I'm introducing myself Wednesday. Hey, what's going on? No switching on defense.
Don't switch tonight, okay? Pick your guy. Let's stay on your guy.
Do you hear me? There's no switching. This isn't fucking triangle offense, Phil Jackson shit. You just stay in front of your guy. It's not going to be hard. And if he gets past you, somebody else will be there. Hopefully. God, all right. If I feel like I'm frazzled and shit, it's because of John Cena and Nikki Bella. I don't know if you heard, Jim, but they've been together for 6 years. They got engaged last year at WrestleMania.
Great.
But they yesterday they broke it off.
Oh no!
The engagement's over. They're no longer together.
Oh no!
And is there love out there then for anyone?
Yeah.
Is my question.
Totally. Just probably not in wrestling.
It's probably not in wrestling. My favorite part is because they did that proposal at WrestleMania 33, and it was corny and stupid and forced. But they put out a statement through, I think, U.S. Weekly or People or some such shit. It's just like, we're not together anymore, but there's still a lot of love and respect between us. We'd really appreciate our privacy during this hard time. And I'm just like, privacy? Got engaged at WrestleMania 33 in front of 5 billion
people. You're professional
people.
wrestlers, and you got engaged in a wrestling ring.
Get out of here. But no, I do feel real bad for them. They are people, they are human beings, and they're gonna go through
We're all human.
John Cena.
We're all human beings.
So we'll see who rebounds first. That's what I'm interested in. How much ass John Cena is gonna smash. Now he's doing movies like Blockers. He's out there getting that Hollywood poon, just pounding that sniz.
Mm-hmm. He's like, hey, no one saw the Marine, but Blockers. That's happening. Blockers. People watch me fuck Amy Schumer. They saw that.
Yeah. Gave everyone hope.
Yeah, I'm not really sad or surprised, I guess.
She just wanted babies. She just wanted that dream
he was
life,
like, babies. Yeah, we'll get to that.
He's like, have you seen my body? Do you know what steroids do by any chance?
I've never taken a steroid, but I'll pass the test right now.
Do you think they're gonna make a Blockers 2?
I don't know. I haven't seen Blockers 1.
I mean, it didn't really set up for a sequel or anything, but just like the concept.
How much did it make?
Keep enough.
Yeah?
I think it didn't struggle or anything. But just the concept, we got to keep our daughters who are teenagers and younger from making a sex pact and giving up their vaginas here on prom night. We got to stop it. Like, you can't do that twice.
That's a good point. Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Is this is senior prom or something?
I think junior even.
Junior prom. Yeah, I mean, what do you do? Senior prom again? That's kind of...
or you can escalate the sexual nature of it. Like, what are they going to make, an orgy pact?
Yeah, how do they up the ante on that side of it? You'd figure like at just some point after this first movie they fuck.
Or do you... is there a way to... because the parents were the stars. This is about John Cena and the other actors who did a terrific job. Because I was going to say maybe they do the flip of it, where it's like, we got to stop our sons from going out and roofing all these girls, taking their rubber off halfway through. I saw the text message. They said they're going to take their rubbers off halfway through. Kyle.
What a scamp.
But then you'd have different parents. Maybe.
Oh, I see what you're saying. American Horror Story, yes.
Yeah.
Probably, I don't know. I don't see it happening. What was the last comedy like this that got a sequel? Was it the Neighbors one?
Neighbors got one. Does Pitch Perfect count? That's a bit of a franchise.
Yeah. They had a lot of time off between 2 and 3, though.
They didn't make a Spy 2, did they? With Melissa McCarthy. They're like, no.
Did they make a sequel with any of her movies?
Paul Blart 2.
Was she in that?
Paul Blart 2. No, that was Kevin James, wasn't it?
Yeah. That's a good point. Maybe 22 Jump Street, that's kind of...
Absolutely.
Maybe there will be. Maybe they could figure something out, I guess.
We'll see what happens. But since we're talking about movies, big thanks to everyone who went out and saw Every 21 Seconds at Frankfurt at the Imagine Theater. It sounds like it went very well. Sold out shows. Big hit.
Wow.
Everyone loves it. It's still at this Imagine Theater until April 19th. So it might get an extended run, but there's no promises. So go out and see it now.
I promise it will get an extended run.
Damn it, Jim. You can't.
I've made that promise. Shit. I don't like to talk about this a lot. I own all of the Imagine theaters.
That's how we got in to begin with. I wasn't going to say it, but fuck.
How do you think he got in there? So is it hard to write a movie based off of a book? Like, was this the first time you had done this?
Yes, it was.
It's the first time you had to adapt a book.
Yeah, and I should probably say it was very difficult, and I should charge twice as much, and oh my God. But it's very easy because the heavy lifting's been done for you. And I always thought that before I ever did it. I was like, why are they getting so much credit? Essentially, all you're doing is editing in a way. You're taking, you read the book, and if you're lucky, it already has a bit of a narrative, a beginning, middle, and an end. And you say,
if you're lucky, it's a book with a story.
If you're lucky. And you say, that's important. Then you start with the most important scene, and then the next most important. And then after a while, you have your movie, because you can only put so much in, and some things are going to get left out, but other scenes took priority because that's just how it works. And then you're done. Now for this one, they did make me. I had to add some scenes. I had to add some characters, which I didn't want to do, but the author of the book himself is like, I want this character, because he met somebody in his life through his physical therapy that was important to him. He wanted to do this angle in the book, and I said, your fucking story, dude. Whatever you want. So that was fun. That was neat. I wasn't expecting to have to add too much to it, but that's not a problem. but it's fun. It's just prioritizing and making sure that the original author's stories there. I'm not gotta get my Dale Zawada shit in. Where are my dick jokes? No.
What part does he sell pot
It's-
to a monster?
Yeah, it's like, it's good for physical therapy. Smoking that dude. It's good for you.
I wondered about that because there are a lot of critically acclaimed movies that are based off of books, and I just wonder. I'm not saying it's not hard or there's not things to do, but it's like the important stuff's already done for you.
Yeah. There are challenges, and I'm probably underselling it a bit, but like, you wrote a book. That's hard. Just write the screenplay. Yeah. Just kind of transfer it. Just try and transfer it over. And some people don't like it. They don't want to do it. Fine. But if it's from a studio level, like, thanks for the book, we're going to get somebody else to write the screenplay. It's like, well, now you're making stupid decisions. Now, like I said, if that author doesn't want to do it and he's not good at it and he doesn't feel comfortable, that's understandable. But if you can help it, just have the original author do it. Nobody knows the story better than the original author.
So is the original author, does this person in the movie or involved in the production or anything like that?
I'm sure he's got a producing credit or something.
Was it like the author's idea to turn it into a movie?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so. Yeah.
That's interesting. So I'm glad it's going well.
It's going very well. But like in this case, I don't think he, it's just screenwriting is just a foreign world to some people. Writing a book's like, that's a headache in itself. I can only imagine if it's a struggle for you to do that, to say, let's play two, but different rules. It's like, fuck off. No, have somebody else just trace it. And that's
I could imagine fun. It's sort of like, I could imagine it would be like doing another arrangement of your own song, and you start doing it, and you're like, well, then I'll do this. And I'm like, I already did this song. Like, I already did it the way I think it goes. Like, I want this other guy to do it the way he thinks it should go now. I've already done it. Like, you're writing, like, okay, well, then this needs... I'm like, I'm just rewriting the novel. Like, that's why I want someone else to do it. I've already written the novel. I know how I think it should go. And like you said, if you've never written a screenplay and that's your baby, like you've written this novel that you love, maybe you want somebody that's done it before to handle it.
Yeah, and that's, like, I wouldn't mind getting essentially like a producing credit to essentially edit the screenplay, like, for him, so he could just get the credit for it. Because, like, you read the book and you say, all right, there are a lot of scenes that are repetitive. There are a lot of, and they all exist. It's a true story. But it's like, all right, there are a lot of characters that fill this role. I'll combine them into a couple of characters so it's more condensed and it's easier to keep track of. Too many of those scenes will have one big scene like that instead. And you just move the pieces and you smush them and you make sure it's nice and delicious. But yeah, it was fun, and it's nice to have a movie like that on the resume. It's a drama. Apparently it's winning awards. I don't fucking keep track of this shit. It got nominated for a screenwriting thing. It didn't win. It's Rec League all over again. But having fun over here.
How many of those awards do you need, really, though? I mean, you already have several.
I like to get like one or two a year, to be honest with you. I know that was a rhetorical question, but I need that yearly reminder that I still got it.
Well, I'll tell you for goddamn fucking sure that if they gave out screenwriting credits for writing D&D adventures, you would definitely win a screenwriting credit. Because I had no idea what you were throwing at me, and I played right into it, like almost probably exactly how it needed to be played into it. And you just saw that coming, and you just wrote me this little path, and it just worked out perfectly. And then my character, like, I was forced inside to decide to change my character's stance on these two other characters just because of the way the dice were rolling. I mean, it was really fun story-wise. I had an awesome time.
Yeah, we're getting into the meat of it now, because we're doing a D&D campaign where we're starting from level 1 and we're going all the way to level 20, and it's nuts.
And luckily lived.
And yeah, somehow.
So close.
But now now I know more about their characters to where I can just pull straight from their character instead of doing all this world building on my end. Like, oh, we have a king, we have this guy over here, we have this land. It's just like it's established. That's good. But now let's play with their world, and it's the world. It wasn't even like backstory stuff because it's elements that you've created. Like Jim's character has these twins, and these twins weren't part of his backstory, where before we even played game one he said, I have these twins and I love them. No, he created these twins and
on a roll. I rolled for it
when he had sex with a prostitute and he botched his pull-out roll, and that's how babies get made. And it just branches off from there. But it's I'm glad you liked it. I'm glad
you came up with a creative way to accelerate their growth too.
Yes,
because we went back in time to the Old West. We come back, it's 10 years later than when we left. So there's these half orcs guarding the door, and I kayfabe don't really know who they are, and I'm just like, get out of my goddamn way. Like, okay, I'm gonna punch him.
It's almost fighting them. It's like, I'll kill you. It's like, I'll kill you. And it almost went down. And you guys went inside and you're like, where are my children? And she's like, they work the door now.
They're guarding the door.
And the look on everybody's faces was fucking fantastic.
That was priceless. It was so good. I had such a good time. And I was so sad when I thought my character was going to die. I'm like, oh, I like this guy now. He's got kids that are growing up. Man. We just barely dodged that bullet.
Yeah, I think the longer you go on a D&D campaign, the easier it is to die because the enemies hit harder. So it doesn't take that big of a mistake to really take two big punches and you just got knocked the fuck out forever.
Not to mention, there were some key things designed for a character in our party that wasn't there. The magic user just wasn't there. So there were some things we had to get past that, it would have been helpful to have him there. And there was nobody could just heal. We couldn't heal each other. Like, it was.
That's true. Yeah, I never changed the adventure if one person can't make it.
Especially if it's that difficult. One person. Dale was like, yeah, we need to make sure everyone can make it to this one. And he was like, I can't make it. He's like, we're still doing it on that day. Fuck you.
No, I that's not the case. I know I texted him. I said, the only reason I said that is because I just need to make sure Jim's there because it's essentially a Jim-centric episode. But I can't say that in the text, otherwise it ruins the surprise.
Oh, yeah, right. I gotcha.
So I just say everyone needs to be there when in reality, it's vital that one person needs to be there because it's centered around them, that session. It'd be nice if everybody just showed up, though, goddammit,
I got my revenge on the guy who murdered my family. Oh.
Yeah, so this is fun.
It's great.
A man killed Jim's family, and that's why he's an adventurer now trying to hunt this guy down. And I thought it would be neat, and I knew how it would play out, but I did it anyway. He's gonna find him. He's gonna find this man that killed his family, but he's reformed. He's a monk now on the path of forgiveness, and he's genuinely remorseful for what he did. Would Jim still kill him? Is the question I had. And I knew the fucking answer.
I'm a barbarian. Of course I killed him.
Oh.
I had to kill him twice, as a matter of fact. Killed him once, he came back from the dead, killed him again.
Should have learned. Sometimes dead is better.
It was fun. Oh, man. If you get a chance, you still put your adventures up on that website?
Yeah, and I haven't put one up in a while because they're all focused on this thing that we're doing. But the one I'm working on now that we're going to do next session, I can probably vague it up so it works for every DM. We'll just say it's Friday the 13th based, and it'll be available around Halloween time easily, and that's probably going to be a good amount of fun.
Good friend. I'm an old friend of the Christies. Yeah, I got my wife on Friday the 13th. I hid in her classroom when she didn't think I was in there, and I gave her a jump scare. I just said he wasn't a very good swimmer. And she was scared, and then she's like, "What are you talking about?" I knew she wasn't gonna know, but I knew.
So that's scarier, just like the ramblings of a lunatic.
Yep.
Not like Oogie Boogie. He's not a very good swimmer. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
So young. We just had a Friday the 13th, so people were all talking about Friday the 13th.
Did I watch some of the movies?
Which ones did you watch this time? Were they on TV?
Yeah, I only watched the ones that were available to me here in my room, which were the first one on Prime, and I have Jason Goes to Hell on a Flash. So I watched that one.
Yeah, I someone was talking about them, one of my Facebook friends, and I said, people tend to forget that 2, 3, and 4, it's like a really long movie. It's like a 270-minute movie, because right after 2, he gets whacked in the neck, he goes in that yard, he gets his new clothes, he kills the guy smoking pot or whatever, or he stabs the dude in the eye, whatever the fuck first 3D thing is with the rat. And then at the end of 3, he gets hit in the head with the axe, coroner comes, puts him in the thing, and then the beginning of 4 is him in the morgue. So like 2, 3, 4, that's like one really shitty weekend for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like if you look at it in historical context, like if it were to have really happened, what does this guy kill, like 40 people in a weekend? Like that's pretty bad.
They should have titled it that. Shitty weekend. Coming this fall. Shitty weekend.
And next fall.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I said, Jason, in my mind, the way I look at it, he only really dies in one Friday the 13th if we're not counting, because apparently he doesn't really drown in the lake because he's alive in 2, right? So he only really dies in one of them. And I was surprised that a lot of these people didn't know. They were just guessing. Like one of them said Jason Goes to Hell. I said, it's not a Friday the 13th. That's just like a shitty fan film, basically. I said he dies in final chapter, and that's it. And then he's Zombie Jason in the rest of the Fridays, and then we get Jason Goes to Hell, the fan film. What if he had Roman candle soul that shot out of his stomach at the end, and he was really a snake monster? I'm 20. I just got out of film school. I'm going to make this movie.
I'm going to make it my
friend's
movie.
Dad said I could, so I'm going to make it. My friend's dad made this franchise, so I'm going to make this movie. Should I not have said that? Are you like buddies with this guy?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so.
I just thought about that now because when I was shitting on that one Halloween, you're like, I actually know him. Stop.
Yeah. Daniel Ference. Speaking of horror movies, what'd you do for Friday the 13th? Did you do anything? I know we talked about playing the game on Steam. We did not get to that.
No, we didn't.
Fortunately.
I played pickup basketball and then I drove some Lyft.
Right. Any good Lyft stories?
No, it was so slow this weekend. There was like nobody needing rides. I was very disappointed. And then on Friday, I washed my car in the dark because it was dirty. And if you got a dirty car, people they'll mark you off for that on Lyft. They'll be like, oh, he was nice, but his car's dirty. 3 stars. So I cleaned my car by hand in the dark because I didn't want to pay to do it. And then as soon as I started driving, it started raining. I'm like, oh, I could have just let it rain on my car.
Gotta check that app.
Yeah, gotta check that fucking AccuWeather, I guess. So I didn't do anything special for Friday the 13th. What did you do?
I watched those movies.
We watched the movies.
I went to TGI Fridays.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah. Well, that wasn't intentional, but it did work out that way.
No, you did. Totally did it. It's Friday.
So, but like we were talking about, we do rec league ball on Wednesdays. My favorite part is the drive from Jim's place to the venue and from the venue back to Jim's place, because we just talk and we share stories, and Jim will tell these Lyft stories, and he's mastered this setup punchline, which I very much enjoy.
Whoa, I want to know what this is.
It's 99.9% setup, and the point one punchline there, where he talks about this Lyft people. Oh, they were drunk and this and that, and they almost threw up, and they had the wrong location, and I had to pick up his buddy, and the buddy smelled like weed, and you get all this setup, and then that punchline's coming. He's like, yeah, They didn't tip me shit.
That is the punchline, isn't it?
Everyone. Oh, there was this lady. I didn't know where she was going. Was she a prostitute? I don't know. She didn't tip me a goddamn thing.
Yeah, that is a very common occurrence. I did have a guy this weekend. It was a guy and his girlfriend. They did tip me. That's not the punchline. And I pick him up. And at first, I think he's trying to get racist, but he doesn't know how. You know, he's trying to break the ice. And then it got even weirder. So I pick him up. He's a little drunk. Not too bad. And I'm taking him and his girlfriend. I think I took them to the Horseshoe or something. Or, shit, I don't remember where I took them. Oh, no, I picked them up from a bar and brought them back to their house. That's why they were drunk. So they were very nice. They were super mad that people don't tip. And then they were very concerned for my safety. And they asked, what's the craziest thing that happened? I told them the Popeye's chicken story. He's like, dude, you need something in here. I'm like, oh, I have a very large knife and a baton right there. He's like, yeah, but you're in close quarters. And I'm like, that's when knives are good. That's when you want a knife. He's like, I mean, I'm all the way in the back seat, and I was really tempted to just pull the knife on him and be like, and I can reach you from the front seat. You see how that works? But I was like, okay. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, you're right. And he's like, you ever pick up, this is when it starts to get weird. He goes, you ever pick up people that are like, you know, like they're not people? I was like, no, I don't know what you mean. And I'm thinking like he means he's being racist, right? He's like, no, you know, like, do you ever meet someone and they don't know you? You never met them, but then they start telling you things about your life, like they know you. And his girlfriend's like, yeah, it happens all the time. I'm like, oh, okay, they're both crazy. He goes like, you know, like, you know what I mean, man? Like, if you know what I mean, then you know what I mean. Like, you pick up some people that aren't people. And like, we're getting really close to his house, and he finally admits what he's talking about. He's like, you know, like, man, they're not people. They're like demons. I was like, what? I said, no. And I tried to keep a straight face, and I wanted him to be comfortable on the ride, and I didn't want to get stiffed with the tip. So I was like, no, man, I can always tell when someone is like a real person in my car. Like, what else am I supposed to tell him? I'm like, man, I got holy water all over this joint. You don't even know.
I am Constantined up. Yeah, that's I guess you gotta be polite. Like, no demons yet. Fingers crossed, though, right? And an actual cross on my mirror.
Yeah, like, you can't shit on them and like laugh at them, especially when someone's drunk. You know, when someone's drunk, they're more belligerent. I think their sense of sarcasm is gone. You know, you fuck with drunk people, and they're like, "Are you trying to say it's fucking whore? You think this is fucking whore?" And you're like, "No, all I said was those shoes look nice." So I was like, "No, man, no, nothing like that. No demons. Everyone has been great, personality-wise. Even like the shady rides I've had, everyone's been really nice, really down to earth, and definitely people."
Jesus.
Yeah, like,
and then he didn't tip me shit.
No, he did tip me. He did tip me. But he was like...
Yeah, he gave you a couple tips.
Yeah, he's like, tip number 1, you need a gun. Tip number 2, holy water all the time.
Holy
tip number 3,
water.
Garlic. 4, silver bullets for the gun. You ever pick up someone that's really a werewolf? Can you imagine if he just got in the car?
That's why he asked you. They were on the trail, man. They're like, have you picked anyone up that wasn't a person recently?
I'm like, are these...
looking?
This will be Dale's favorite part. I'm like, are these hunters? Is this supernatural? I mean, that's what... Dale, where are you going? That's where it felt like the conversation was going. He didn't know how to break it to me. You know, like the demons. He was so serious about the demons. But I do know a person one time that mentioned the Dark One visiting him in the night. And he was like super sober and 100% serious. Like,
the Dark One?
Yeah, he's like, do you ever have the Dark One visit you?
He was being racist. You pick up some weirdos,
probably.
Man.
Yeah.
Pick up some real weirdos.
Demons? Do you ever... Hey, man, can you imagine if... Okay, he gets in the car, I greet him, and he closes the door and he says like, "Hey man, you ever pick up any demons?" Because that's ultimately what happened. It just took a long time for that to develop. But you know that if he got there, he was thinking about it before he got in the car. Like,
Yeah, he had to,
I hope this guy doesn't have any demons in his car.
he had to find that comfort, let the comfort develop before he could share that with you.
Y'all got any of them demons? Fucking demons. Next time I'm going to say, hey, like if I've had a repeat customer.
Oh, you mean like the one sitting right here?
Yeah, I'm like, oh, like me, and I have the black contacts in. My eyes are just all black. I should just have pea soup at the ready, like in here in this pocket. Like demons, like me, and just spit it all over him.
See, now here's a tip for you. Have a variety of different types of blood packets. One that's blood, one that's pea soup, one that's black goo. So for whatever, like maybe you need to be possessed, maybe you need to be an alien. Whatever it is you need, right there, under the window. You just...
And we got so close to his house that I thought, man, if I had sold a demon thing harder, would he have tipped me better? Like if he had broken this silence about demons earlier and I played along, maybe I got a little more tip. You know what I'm saying? Casino's been slow too. Haven't been getting any action there. Ever since those guys didn't fucking tip me.
Yeah. Well, maybe the weather. I don't know.
Could be.
I assume Lyft picks up. People are out more. No, ain't nobody going out today. It's fucking 30 degrees.
Then I had this bitch. She calls me for a lift. You remember the area I showed you in Crown Point? Like, this is the spot at late at night. There's all these bars. She calls me. I go out there. I pull up. And Lyft will count down. Starts at 5 minutes. It starts counting down. And when it gets to 0 minutes, it says you either got to call them and make sure they still want the lift, or you got to call them and tell them to cancel or something, Or you can call them and extend the time, give them 5 more minutes. So I call her, and she's like, "Oh, I'm so stupid. I'm not ready to go yet. Can you just come inside?" I said, "No, I'm in my car." I said, "I can just wait out here." And she goes, "You're not going to wait out there on the clock." I was like, "Yeah, I am." I said, "Why don't you go ahead? You're going to have to cancel the ride then. And I'm going to leave." And then I thought, God damn it, Jim. When she said, "Do you want to come inside?" I just park and leave it running and go, "Yeah, I'll come on inside." And then when I drop her off, drunk ass off at home, and it's a $43 ride for 2 miles, she's like, "This motherfucker charges $1 a ride."
Jeez.
You're not going to sit there on the clock. No, what do you mean? You want to just hang out for free? Like, I'm out here to try and make some dough. You bitch.
Well, she was getting that free drink inside.
The last call was in like
free ride
4 minutes, too.
She was looking. She was fishing. She said, I'll lift. Bunch of dogs in here tonight.
Yeah, they're the dogs. Sure.
Ooh.
Yeah, bitch.
Talk about Friday the 13th. Let's talk about Halloween real quick. They're making
the new movie?
I think they are pretty much done filming it.
I could feel it. I had a Halloween dream last night, so I could feel that there was a development.
They released a poster recently, and I love it and I hate it. And I'm going to throw it up. I'm going to have to shrink that down a bit.
Love it and you hate it. You love it and you hate it. You love it and you hate it. They hate us because they ain't us.
Right between us there.
You're putting it betwixt the men?
Some of us.
Not like this, you don't. There's a delay.
Oh, yeah, I know.
I kind of like it.
I like the idea of it. It's you're inside, for those just listening, you're basically inside the Michael Myers mask and you're looking out the eye holes. And that's cute. That's clever. And on the bottom it says Halloween, October 19th. Above that it says he's watching you. That's going to be a little tagline for this movie. He's watching you. Fine, vague, scary, awesome. But at the fucking top.
Oh, that's the part you don't like.
From the producers of Get Out, The Purge, and The Visit. Is that what you think of when you hear Halloween? Michael Myers, new movie coming out October 19th. Can't wait. John Carpenter's supposed to be involved. Fucking Danny McBride's doing stuff. Jamie Lee Curtis is back. What do you put on the top of your fucking poster from the producers of Get Out, The Purge, and The Visit? No stars.
Like
No
you
stars.
do that with like when The Purge is coming out. You're like, hey, from the producer of Get Out. Because you're like, why?
Yeah.
Where's the credibility? When you're making a fucking Halloween movie, you just say Halloween. We don't need to know, like, well, why should I see this Halloween movie? Who's involved? Michael Myers. You don't need to know these other shitty movies that someone made.
Yeah, it's a known entity. You don't need to. Who's that for? 13-year-olds what's Halloween? Oh, but I've heard of Get Out.
Episode 7 from the guy who did Lost. Like, no, it's just fucking Star Wars. You don't have to. Do you remember Lost in that movie about the big tall thing that you don't see for a while?
You put this on if it's a new movie, a new franchise that you're hoping. Scary Basement.
Exactly.
From the producers of Get Out, The Purge, and The Visit. October 12th, Scary Basement.
Mm-hmm.
Halloween. So that's not... I mean, hopefully that's just the marketing. Marketing's always bad for movies. It's always stupid. They do very questionable things. But the poster itself is neat. Supposedly they're using the original mask. I don't know if it's the actual original mask or if it's the original mask design. Either way, that's fine.
Probably the original mold, like the original negative or something.
Probably that. What was the actor's name who was in that suit? That goofy motherfucker?
Which one?
From the first one? From the first movie?
Nick Castle. Nick Castle played the Shape in the first movie.
He does a number of scenes in this one under the mask.
As the Shape?
Yeah.
No shit.
I mean, he's not taking bumps or anything, but there'll be shots.
But we'll get the walk. Because I think a lot of people don't know if they're not into the movie series like we are. But like John Carpenter had his buddy Nick Castle play the Shape, Michael Myers, because he said, you just kind of walk like a murderer. And he's like, so just walk like yourself. So everyone has been trying to copy this walk from the first movie that was just a guy's natural walk. So hopefully he gets to walk and he hasn't forgotten. I don't think he doesn't seem like the type of dude that would overthink this and be like, how did I walk in the first? Like he just.
Yeah, I'm hoping for a walk. At the very least, we'll get a good stand next to the bush, stuff like that. And in the future, for commentary, somebody can point out that's actually Nick in this scene. Did a great job. Blah blah blah. And I'll really enjoy knowing that when I rewatch it, because I'll probably rewatch it a bunch of times. Because even if this movie's shit, I mean, I watch all of the shitty ones hundreds of times. So this is definitely going to get rewatched. We're getting there, man. We're getting October. It's almost fucking summer. 2018 is going to get all the Avengers. We're getting Halloween from the producers of Get Out, The Purge, and The Visit.
From the producers of Halloween. We bring you Halloween too.
I love whenever I would Google Halloween to see what was going on. I'd be like, do you mean Halloween? And I was like, I wish Google, but thanks for that.
You're like, I do mean that, but that's not what I'm looking for. Yeah. The posters, I get what you're saying. I saw that too, but I thought it was more of a design thing. I think the design's pretty cool. That's neat. It's like some negative space.
It's better than what they normally kind of go with. They at least tried to be creative and unique.
And it just slapped Jamie Lee Curtis's head on there. With Dawson's Creek.
Yep. That would have been a nightmare. NBA playoffs have started, and I'm fucking all in. I'm so excited that every night for the next 2 months, I get to just go doo-doo-doo and watch a competitive, intense, high-stakes basketball game with the best players in the league. That's why they're in the playoffs. And that excites me. It's two days have passed already, and it's been fucking great. And are you going to watch any of the games this year? Or?
I've watched a couple. I've watched parts of a couple so far. I don't have
it's
real
been
TV.
2 days, so you're doing a great job already.
Yeah. I've watched like the first half of the Heat Sixers game today, and then yesterday I watched the Jazz and OKC.
I think so.
I think that's the game I watched yesterday, which was it was kind of getting close, and then it wasn't close anymore. Paul George had like 36 points. He hit like 6 threes or something.
I want to try to make sure to see, because I've already missed the first one, but I want to see as many of the Timberwolves games as I can before they're
gone,
before they're likely eliminated.
Before they get swept.
To see that, the Derrick Rose, Taj Gibson, Jimmy Butler, Tom Thibodeau squad, because they're going up against like James Harden, who's just shooting. He's an asshole and he's very hateable.
And how do you guard him?
He can be
really
very
hard.
good on that basketball court.
He's the MVP this year
games.
too, hands down.
Yeah, probably. Are the Cavs going to get bounced early? I mean, a lot of people think they will, but how early? Can they pull off this weird miracle? And is LeBron going to go beast mode because they've already lost the first game?
Yes.
So who do you got? Who do you got?
It's tricky. Coming out of the West, I don't see anyone other than the Warriors making it to the championship. Because James Harden's great, he's the MVP, but this is the playoffs. He doesn't play defense. He can't really play defense.
Who?
James Harden.
Right.
He's Mr. Olay. He's like, there's my guy.
Oh yeah, that's that.
Oh, there he went. So he makes up for it because he does great on offense, but not great on defense. And the Warriors are a great defensive team. And also, OKC was really impressive the other night against the Jazz, but they're not that great. They're not as good on defense as the Warriors either. And Russell Westbrook, while I think he's really great, I think people overvalue him. Like, he's really not a great finisher at the rim. He's really strong. He's really fast. He averaged a triple-double again for the season, which, okay, that's very impressive.
It's crazy.
But he's not the offensive threat that James Harden is. And while he tries harder on defense, he's still not that great. So I still think you've got Golden State, and I need to see how this shapes up, but I'd like to see Philadelphia come out of the East, but the East is harder for me. The East is harder for me because you've got the Sixers are probably going to win tonight. They probably have already won. I think. Who knows? Because it was close. And Embiid is still out hurt. And the Cavs lost that first game, but they do have LeBron James on their team. So, yeah, geez, I would say that like the safe money is probably on another Warriors Cavs finals.
Yeah, I don't see how it's anyone besides the Warriors. And that's fine to me because it reminds me of the Patriots when you looked at the rosters before this schedule, all that shit, and you say, "Oh, Patriots," and then but you got to watch the games. You have to say, "Well, can they pull it off?" And you watch, and they do, and then maybe they don't, and it's fun to because it's hard to live up to that expectation,
right?
But they fucking do. Steph Curry's not even playing, and they're just like, "This is nothing. This is nothing to me."
Yeah,
it's fucking hilarious. It's fucking hilarious. Just the level of talent and execution. So on that end, it's going to be fun just to see how dominant they can be, or maybe there's an upset. Either way, it's entertaining. And then on the East, I'm obviously watching LeBron. Can he do it? Can he pull that fucking weird team?
They got Kevin Love back.
To the next. Yeah, that's going to be big. It's just fun. Every team. What team was Rando on? I was watching the game last night, and they were like, Rando. And I was like, that is Rando. And it was like the Trailblazers or something. And I was like, when the fuck did this happen?
They're good too. But I think they're going to be good. I think they're going to be Western Conference Finals every year team in a couple years, the Blazers. But not this year. I just don't see it.
So it's going to be fun to watch those games. I'm hoping to see Steph Curry back. I think he's out this first round, most definitely. And they're even saying maybe second round he might not be back. But drama. That's what they love. Well, if they lose a couple games, his ankle might get a little bit better, huh? We'll see about that.
Hope so.
Last topic here, because I have it on the notes. War.
What is it good for?
Team deathmatch. Apparently, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds had an event, and it's probably going to go full time at some point as an option. It's called War, and it's 3 teams of 10 drop on a very small area of the map, and there's a respawn if you get killed, and the first team to 200 points wins. And it's essentially a team deathmatch type of game, but it is so much fun.
You've played it.
I've played it. They had it a couple days ago
on the test server.
No, I think it was on the main one, because they have these events from time to time. Play the event mode, and it had its own splash screen. Like, they've been building to this for a while, and you can tell why. It's good shooting practice. It's casual and fun if you don't have time for that, to invest that hour plus to hunt down that chicken dinner. But you want to play with your buddies for a half an hour, and because there's only 3 teams, you don't have a terrible chance at winning or losing. We've won a bunch, just because it's not too impossible. It's not like 1 out of 100. It's like, no, there's 1 out of 3 teams. I think you'll get one eventually.
How do the weapons work?
So much fun
in War.
You drop out of the plane. Also, there's accelerated parachuting, so you get down there real quick. But you start with a weapon, you start with a grenade, you start with a pistol, but it's different guns. So you might have an M4, you might have an SKS with it 2 times. So you want to look while you're parachuting down to see what you got, see where you might want to land over here. If you have a sniper rifle, you don't want to land in the shit.
So there's still the element of randomness. It's just not you're not randomly hunting for stuff. You just randomly spawn with things.
Yeah. And you'll drop down and you'll see, your teammates' dots. So you say, maybe I'll land with my teammates, or maybe I'll try a flank move and go solo. Don't do that. You will die. But it's fun to coordinate, and it's a mess. It's chaos, but you start popping 2-3 kills in a row. It feels so satisfying. So
do you still get knocked, or because it's respawning, do you die instantly?
You do get knocked. Okay. And reviving is accelerated. It's like 1.5 seconds. And like I said, there's 200 points, first to 200 points. You get a point for knocking somebody. You get 3 points for killing somebody. You get 1 point for reviving somebody. So that's how the point system works. And it takes under 15 minutes for somebody to hit that benchmark. But it's fun, and it's strategic because the plane flies over every 30 seconds. So if you die, you might have to wait 20 seconds before you respawn. Oh. And one thing I like to do is I'll shoot somebody, I'll down them, and I'll look at the timer, and I'll say, if I kill them now, they're going to make this next plane. So I'll wait for the plane to start, and then I'll shoot them, so they have to wait the full 30 seconds.
Very tricky.
It's fun. It's fun stuff.
It sounds fun.
So they're trying to stay relevant. They know people are moving on to Fortnite and all that kind of shit. So they're coming with the new content, and it's fun with friends.
I've been waiting for something like this, bigger teams, like fewer teams, more people on a team, because I enjoy like sort of the way the level design and stuff. It's very sort of realistic, and it would make for a good combat game. Mm-hmm. And you don't always get that when you're doing the battle royale, because it's just like, oh shit, we're all dead.
I don't know.
Which is what makes it fun. But I'm like, oh, you know what? Like, this gun's fun to shoot. It'd be fun to just like keep shooting it for a while.
Yeah. I'm getting better with the VSS, and that's been interesting. So I'll let you know next time they fire that event up, and we'll play it. Any plugs? Let's mosey on out of here.
No, I've got about 17 cards written for that movie. 17 index cards. I'm whacking away at that. Got some lyrics to write for some more songs. That's right.
So I was thinking this, and we probably should talk about it privately, but because you're doing the Mike Ditka.
Yeah, Mike Dicta.
What about a character? And it's the same. You're right. You perform all that stuff, but instead of like hip hop, it's country, like rap, like Bubba Sparks, and
Country like Florida Georgia Line.
No, like Bubba
Okay.
Sparks. That's going to be the only name I reference here.
Okay. I found you.
Because you could make it good, but you could take the piss out of it at the same time. So like they would enjoy it, but not get too like you kind of can hit all the bases. I don't know, something I was thinking about. Maybe we'll talk more about it on Wednesday during our car rides.
Yeah. Well, Wednesday we're going to have an extra passenger.
Oh.
Because Teddy wants to come and watch Daddy lose a basketball.
Oh,
you know how I enticed him? You know how I enticed him? I said, these other guys that play, they're really good. You really want to watch them play.
Yeah, well, see what we do the opposite.
He's like, I want to watch you guys play too. I'm like, yeah, but these other guys can like dunk basketballs. So he'll be enthralled with that.
Yeah. Man, now the pressure's on.
Yeah, now I can't let this guy captain me around, not in front of my kid.
Oh man,
his kid's always there. I'll bring a kid. Maybe you bring a kid.
Yeah, yeah.
The
tie the one.
Kids could play while we look at the trains.
My plug: just go see Every 21 Seconds at Imagine Theater in Frankfurt. It's there till the 19th. Thanks for listening and watching. Episode 15 here. I'm a friend of the Christies.
I'm the producer of Get Out.